In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect Notion to Make.com and use it as an action. So we can automatically create a new client records in your Notion database whenever a trigger fires. Imagine that the client record wasn't typed manually. This is empty from the beginning, and you receive these emails coming in asking for initial call or help. Then Notion simply automatically created these lines for you and insert all the client's detail for you automatically. How wonderful is that? If you already use Notion for client notes, project tracking, or anything in your business, this is where it really gets powerful. Instead of going back and forth, switching between Gmail and spreadsheets, etc., or switching between Gmail and Notion with your manual update, the record is already here before I've even seen these inquiry coming into my inbox. So let's begin and learn how to do it. There's a few parts in this video. First, we're going to set up the Notion connection, and I'll explain differences between the two types of connection. Second, we're going to create two modules to connect Notion to Gmail. Let's get going.
Just for your information, if you want to build automations faster, click the link in the description of this video below to get my free Make.com beginner's guide right now. It covers the core skills that you'll need to get real results quickly in matters of days. Thank you.
So first, we need a very basic watch emails module. So we go and click create a new scenario and then click Gmail. And then we're going to say watch email. If you have already connected, the connection is already there. If not, change it to another connection that you have connected to another Gmail account, or simply add a new connection or create a connection in the first place. So in here, you can just click it as simple filter. Folder, keep it as inbox. Label, you don't have to worry about that. Criteria, all emails, you can certainly do that at this stage. So we don't need to worry about this one, and let's set the limit as 2, and then we're going to click save. For now, we just say from now on is where it's going to start. Click save. Now we have created the watch emails module. We're going to create Notion module. Now, in order to insert new information to our client records database, we need to build and add a module and look for Notion. And we need to look for create a data source item, because there is no existing data source item to search for updates. So we're creating a data source item. So we click this one. This is where you're going to be asked to create connection. When you click on it, you will be asked to choose between Notion Public and Notion Internal. You might wonder the differences between Notion Public and Notion Internal connection. Notion Public connections allow access to public databases and pages, whereas internal connection can access private workspace content. The choice depends on your security requirements and the Notion plan type. Internal connection will require admin approval in the enterprise Notion plans. So for most personal or team use-based cases, like you coaches, small business owners, you probably would opt for the public connection. So let's click on the Notion Public to get started. You can rename this connection, but I'm just going to keep it as it is and click save. This pop-up window then comes up. It shows you all of the permissions that you're about to give Make.com to connect with Notion for to do. If you're happy with that, you can then click select pages. This is where you will select all of the pages you want Notion to be given access for Make to do things on, connect and create stuff, update stuff. So I only got one key page I need to update at the moment. So I take this client pipelines and then click allow access. As simple as that, now we're going to look at data source ID. You click on the ID finder. The easiest way is just simply to type the page that you're looking for, and then click OK, and it will automatically source the ID for you. Here is where you will need to map. So if you remember, we received a client email, we wanted to map it to the name, company, etc. So this is where we need to do that. First, we're going to map the name. We're going to use the from name when we watch the emails coming in. The challenge, I'm just simply going to use the subject line. Status will always be new inquiries for all of these new inquiries. Company, very unlikely you will see the name of the company in every email, so we're just going to leave it blank. Whereas email address, you will always know which email address that comes from. So we're going to click on this from email to set it up. That's all you need to do, and click save. Save the version underneath, and on the top left hand corner you can rename this as well to make it something useful, meaningful for you. For example, new inquiry, Notion client record creation. It immediately tells you what this scenario does. If you have more than 10 scenarios on your scenario list, you will understand why you need to rename these scenarios to a more meaningful way. Trust me, do it just for extra 10 seconds will help you tremendously long term. Now I'm going to send a test email saying, please help me automate my business. Would love to book a call. And send. Now my inbox has received this email coming in, exactly the same email. Now we're going to run the scenario because we already now have an incoming email, have a new data source. We can run the scenario as a test run. So in the bottom panel, we click run once. Now we're going to check on the Notion. Lovely. Just as we click on the Notion database page, it was literally updating at that one moment. You can see the client's name, the email address, and the challenge and the status always going to be set as new inquiry to start with. So now you know how to map a full client records into Notion automatically. Connect Notion into Make.com and select your database, map each column from your trigger data, and set the status to a static starting value, new inquiry. Any inquiries that comes in creates a ready-to-use client record before you even have a chance to read the email. You might wonder, my inbox receives dozens of emails with different senders for different purposes. Not all of them is about new clients' inquiries. So what should we do? A thing you can do is definitely create a filter. Use this spanner icon to create a filter. I have a full bite-sized videos to teach you how to set up a filter effectively. So go and watch this video right now to help you perfect this automation so that you can have it ready to use by tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I do hope you enjoy my videos. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel and look forward to receiving notifications on our next videos and so on. If you have any questions, just comment below. Let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.